DDK is back. We breed and train the best protection dogs in the business. Plus, we have a Hulk. Our dogs are obedient, fast and strong. But when you work with animals this powerful, there's always risks. And when things go wrong, it can hurt. I founded DDK line in 2004, and I set out to be the best in the business at breeding and training protection dogs. But it hasn't always been easy. In 2009, I was homeless, starting in Atlanta, and I was really struggling to keep my life together. All I had was these dogs and my own will and determination to pick myself up and get myself off the street. In 2013, I moved to New Hampshire. That's when Hulk hit the mainstream media, and that's when DDK really exploded and became a household name. And life changed in a dramatic way. I owe everything I have to Hulk and this breed. He's taken my life to new heights. So here at DDK, we're much more than a kennel. We got my crew, we got Lisa, and of course we got my kids, Jackson and Jordan. But the heart of it all, of course, is the dogs. And for them to be at the top of their game, we gotta train, and we gotta train hard. A huge part of my business is proving to the world that these dogs are capable of anything with training. Their focus, their control is second to none. They're amazing, sweet family dogs, but when it's time to go to work, when it's time to rock and roll, we teach them to turn on and turn on big time.
DDK is all about training. It's the most important thing we do.
Today I'm going to be training some of my top dogs. We got General, Ace, and Hulk. Ace is very ferocious. He's a machine. General is smart. Plus, we have a Hulk. Hulk hits like a truck. Many people don't realize the intelligence Pitbulls really have. And they learn extremely fast, they're very obedient.
Let's go.
So first up, I'm gonna be doing some training with the General. He's a really amazing dog. So today we're gonna take you through some drills that really emphasize his focus and control. Here, sit, enter.
When we go into the training room, it's not always protection. We do a lot of obedience training, positions, sit, stay. It helps the dog stay sharp.
Off. General misconception is that, a protection dog is just like a rogue dog, basically that just is gonna bark and bite at anything. I mean, they're the total opposite of that, they're completely controlled. They should be able to go anywhere and be completely normal until they're told otherwise. Everything that I do with dogs really kind of has to do with protection, something. Here, face, sit, enter. The dog entering in between the legs is, being close to your body and guarding you from right underneath. And then we move forward, he moves with me when I walk. Basis of tactical movement, that's really all that it is. He's doing amazing today, but to keep General in top form, we gotta step things up a little bit. I'm gonna bring out 2 untrained dogs, and we're just gonna kind of let them freely run around and do whatever they wanna do. And then we're gonna dump out all the balls. All the other dogs are gonna go crazy, and he's basically gonna remain focused, get through the exercise. Right. 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 Up. Right. 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 Sit. Sit. Here. Go, boy. That's how Daddy rolls. I'm absolutely proud of the level of obedience that I instill into these dogs. I mean, that's how I've made my mark on the world is you know, control. You don't have to say a lot. You know? We just let the dogs speak for us, you know, and that's it. General is you know, the prime example of, you know, the ability that, you know, we instill into these dogs. He is probably one of the most focused dogs in the world. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. So next up is Ace. You know, he's one fierce dog. Today we're gonna do a police-style scenario to really emphasize his athleticism. A good security dog has to stop on command, even in the most extreme situations. Go, back up, back up. Yeah, go.
Ace is a very fired up and basically like a missile trapped in a little body ready to go.
You guys good? Yep. Okay. Calm. When these dogs are in high drive, you know, they're very intense, they're very ferocious. When we're simulating training, it's simulation, but you gotta understand these dogs are gonna go, they're gonna be sold, they're gonna be owned by somebody, and they always have to be under control. So your out command is very important.
Ace is an awesome dog. He's definitely got some fire in him, but he knows his commands and he performs really well.
So you guys want to do that one again?
Marlon will jump into the suit every chance he gets. I've worn the sleeve a bunch of times, but I'll leave the suit stuff to Marlon. I prefer something a little bit more mellow and calm. I like the obedient stuff. Marlon's the extreme one, with like the four-wheelers and doing wheelies and now getting bit by dogs. He's more of an adrenaline junkie.
So I'm used to it. I'm most at home, and this is my work suit, you know? So got my tie on, I'm ready to go. I could go on top of the car now real quick. I'm always proud of Ace, you know, when he performs well and you know, he you know, hits all his marks and then he returns and he does everything that he's supposed to do properly, you know. So good training sessions always make me happy. Ace, here, river. I'll bring him that way. Hit the river. Ace, a good balanced dog, doesn't fear people. He's perfectly fine, he's perfectly friendly, he's not barking at you, doesn't want to bite you. That's my point in protection dog. Yeah, when Ace isn't working, I mean, he's just a regular dog, you know, and when it's time for Ace to go to work, you know, he turns right on and you know, he put his life on the line for me. He has before. Last but definitely not least, my pride and joy, the big brown guy, Hulk. This dog is my life. He's extremely special to me. Hulk, bro, let's climb this real quick. You know, with him, you know, I've taken my life to heights that I could have never imagined. We're gonna work with Hulk. And we're just gonna let him have a little fun today. We'll let him smash me out of the chair a few times and run him through a couple other, you know, just basic exercises. You know what I mean? It's just keep the dog moving. You know, keeping him active. You know what I mean? That's really what it is that we're doing. It's just routine things that we do, you know, to keep the dogs on point, you know, to let him understand that, you know, there's more to his life than, you know, just walking around and taking photographs with people, you know, that he does have a job to do at the end of the day, and he has to remember, you know, who he is at different times, and this is part of who he is. You know, people love his soft side, but he's a big dog, so I think he enjoys to be a big dog from time to time. I always know it's going to be a painful, crazy experience, you know, when I train Hulk. You know, even at low levels, he's a very intense dog.
You can't be scared of a dog, you know. Or if you're scared of getting bit by dogs, you're in the wrong business.
Walk him up a little bit. no moving from here.
Out!
It's not my favorite exercise, the whole chair routine. Mildly painful experience, but he loves it. So every once in a while, it's a give or take. You know, you give him what he loves, and you sacrifice yourself. So.
When you see Hulk transform from this gentle giant to this huge Hulk, it's like seeing two totally different sides of him. Seeing Marlon take bites like that just makes me know that I don't want to get in that bite suit at all.
Don't do that. That one hurt. I landed wrong. That was no good. Something wrong with my back now. I'll be all right. That's a big dog. That's a big dog. You say whatever you like. If they'll grab a hold of you, there's not a thing you do about it. This suit is like cheating. Without this, it's not even a picture you want. Taking a hit from the Hulk honestly feels like getting hit by a truck and then getting bit down, you know, by like a T-Rex or something. Hitting the ground then, it felt like something broke instantly. I thought I was gonna need, you know, to maybe see the chiropractor, maybe see the doctor after that one.
Kind of knew he himself up pretty good.
I'm a mother of 2 kids. I can't afford to have Marlon be out hurt and have to pick up the slack from him at work.
I can't bend down.
You're a dad, you gotta look after yourself. Your kids need you.
Yeah. I'm good, they're good, I'm good. Jordan's good. Where is he? The relationship my kids have with Hulk and the other dogs is very important. Today, I think, you know, you got to see a little bit of the other side of the Hulk. You know, the green Hulk. You know, when he turns green and he likes to smash things into the ground. It took me a few days to get over that one. You know, a couple good massages, some ice. Just kind of had to stay still. But that one definitely ranks up there on the pain, just physical pain, you know, that I felt, you know, while working with these dogs. Of course, it's all part of the game. If I'm gonna stay on top, I can't stop because I got hurt. I enjoy to train dogs, you know, it doesn't scare me, you know, just because I got f***ed up today doesn't mean I'm not gonna be in the bite suit tomorrow. I mean, this is my job, this is what I do.